One bright day, Marco's father Eston brought home a beautiful horse. She was the most beautiful white horse in out barrio of Pulong Master had ever laid eyes on. She had long and slender legs, a silky mane, and a flowing tail. She was, however, not that kind of horse anyone in our barrio would have any use for. She did not seem fit for pulling a rig. She was only for the track or for riding, but races were held only during the town funeral, and even the rich during the town funeral, and even the rich bachelors in town did not ride horses anymore. They prefer bicycle.
My father did not bring the beautiful white horse home. She followed him. When my father would stop to pull a thorn out of his foot or to scratch a bite on his leg. When my father continued on his way, the horse would come along. She had a grand way of walking, proud and confident.
Wow, Asta, how did you come by such a beautiful horse?
Father only smiled and stared straight ahead. He was as proud as the horse that was following him. He did not even notice my sister Victa and me. The people he passed also wondered how my father had come by such a beautiful horse. He could have bought her because he did not have the much money. Everybody knew he earned no more than what was needed, and sometimes less.
Marcos overheard some of the people say that his father might have stolen the horse, and he felt angry with his father, and with the people, and at the horse. And he knew that his sister Victa also felt the same way. Suddenly, Victa has tears in her eyes.
Father was suddenly a stranger to us. He did not seem to be our father at all, and for the moment we hated him. In the past, when we met him on the road on his way home, he would hug us or lift Victa or me way up in the air. We used to be very happy when father came home.
When they reached home, Estong led the horse straight through the yard into the field. He sat down on a fallen bamboo and watched the horse beginning to graze. So absorbed was he in the sight of the beautiful horse, he didn't notice Victa and Marcos sitting beside him. For a long time, we sat there watching the horse cropping the wild grass. It was getting dark.
What a beauty. What a beautiful legs.
They're not beautiful, they're thin and weak.
That was when Father perhaps first took notice of our presence. He turned his face toward Victa, and all of a sudden, there was anger in his dark eyes.
Don't say that. You know they are not weak and thin. They are slender and beautiful.
Doesn't she belong to us, father?
She is such a beauty.
Marcos was beginning to suspect the people were right after all. He trembled at the thought of his father stealing a horse. He used to tell them how good it was to be honest and truthful and obedient, and now he is having doubts.
Victa, Marcos, Victa, Marcos, Victa, Marcos. Victa, Marcos, come up now. Victa, Marcos.
Where did you get that horse, Estong?
She's beautiful, isn't she?
Whose horse is that?
I don't know.
How come she is here in our own backyard?
She's a beautiful horse.
Let us go in now. Supper is ready.
Estong did not make the slightest move. He sat silent, his chin cupped, In the hollow of his hand, his elbows resting on his thighs, he continued staring dreamily at the horse. They ate silently, for their mother was angry. Victa and Marcus knew better than to talk when mother was in that mood. Finally, she started mumbling.
I wonder where he got that from. Ask him, mother.
The people on the road said he might have been stolen.
Who said that? Tell me.
I do not know. I just heard people say it.
Let us go tomorrow. Point them out to me, and I will show them how to judge your father better. You and your beautiful white horse with a long and slender leg.
Now, don't say anything harsh against that horse, woman. Don't say bad word about your cousin Barang.
Why? What has my dead cousin to do with that beast, Estong? Don't start invoking the dead. You impetuous.
The first time I saw her following me, I knew she was somebody I used to know. Only I couldn't remember who.
May she rest in peace. May the Lord forgive my erring husband, and may the soul of Asin Bara forgive his utterances.
When I turned around and saw the horse face, I asked myself, where did I see this face before? It was very familiar. And then, in the backyard, when she was feeding, she wiggled her rump, and I remembered the way Baram used to wiggle her buttocks when she was feeling funny.
Oh, heaven, forgive him. If it does not know what he is saying, he touched in the head. Oh, what have you done to deserve this?
She is such a very beautiful horse, your cousin Baram is.
Where did you get that horse, Esther? Tell me. How is she
Angry.
is here in our
Victa and Marcus knew better than to talk when mother was in that mood. Finally, she started mumbling.
Did not sell this house and buy yourself that horse, Esther? Please, tell us the truth.
The next morning, Victa woke up very excited.
Come, quick, quick.
What happened?
Look at Aunt Barang. She is still there.
Where?
In the backyard, under the tamarind tree.
I remember what my father had said about the soul of dead coming back to life in another form. Father had been very fond of Auntie Barang. Many times he and my mother had quarreled on her account. My mother did not like Auntie Barang very much, and when she died, she cried only during the funeral. But one could see how relieved she was afterward, and now here she was again. Only she was in the form of beautiful white horse. Come back to life to torment my mother again. Why can't the dead stay dead? I asked myself.
Come quick, Marcos. Look at her eyes. They are the eyes of her Aunt Barang. Look at her eyes.
Their mother was in the kitchen, silently doing her chores. She was beginning to take it all with resignation. Poor old mother, she must have felt very miserable. Marcus went downstairs into the yard and joined his sister. Estong was sitting there on the fallen bamboo, watching the reincarnation of her Aunt Barang feed on the grass, swishing her long tail from side to side.
True enough, they were the eyes of our Auntie Barang. Indeed, she couldn't have been other than our Auntie Barang.
The men came to take their Aunt Barang sometime before noon that day. There were a couple of strange-looking men in city clothes, a constabulary man, and some men from the barrio. One of the strange-looking men was short and had a mustache and long hair. The other was tall and carried a walking stick with a copper knob. The constabulary man said they were the owners of the circus which had been set up in the town. When they saw the horse browsing peacefully on the sward, the circus men rushed to her.
Oh, my Mindamora, my beautiful Mindamora, I miss you terribly, terribly so much. Oh, my beautiful Mindamora.
1, 2, 3, go.
Thank you so much for keeping our dear Minda in your ear. We hope she did not give you so much trouble. Come to the circus tonight. And don't forget bring the children along. And thanks again.
For a long time after those men left, they stood in the yard silently, sadly.
Kalimutan ko eh.
That cousin to do with that this Eston. Don't start
Mindamora, I miss you so much.